The roguelike concept is a formula everyone is familiar with. You're tasked with completing the game in a single run, and if you die, you're sent back to the beginning with little to show for your efforts. Getsu Fuma Undying Moon doesn't shake up the formula, but rather embraces it by pushing you to become faster and faster with each and every playthrough. So is it good? Did it live up to my expectations? And should you spend some of that money that's been burning a hole in your figurative Steam wallet? That's what we're answering today. Before we jump into my opinion on this game, I think we need to set the stage for my expectations a little bit. I know they say expectations are a recipe for disappointment, but look at this trailer. How could you not? I was really hoping that Konami would really do something to set this game apart from other roguelikes in the genre, since some of the other ones we've seen recently kind of feel like a collection of Dead Cell fanfiction. I wanted fluid combat, plenty of options for character customization, and enough variety between levels to give each realm its own feel, so that I didn't feel like I was just on a never-ending loop of staring at the same thing each and every playthrough. And yes, it's a roguelike, but it never hurts to feel like there is a visible representation of progression between each run. Getsu Fuma is a roguelike lover's dream. The game is challenging, the levels are varied, and the number of enemy types are large enough to require serious consideration in how to approach each fight. The boss battles are also super unique and benefit from developing an understanding of different weapon types in order to determine the best plan of action. Speaking of weapons, there are a lot of them, and I mean a lot of them. Main weapons are divided between quick attack weapons for high mobility, heavy attack weapons for high damage output at the expense of attack speed, and balanced weapons that provide a middle ground between the two, if you know what a middle ground is. I just hold the W key. The choices for sub-weapons include bows, muskets, explosives, kunai, caltrops, and many more. And each sub-weapon has its own pros and cons, and when considered alongside your main weapon choices, can be an integral part of your strategy for completing a successful run. The handling of upgrades between runs is also a unique formula between roguelikes. In Getsu Fuma you have permanent upgrades gained by collecting materials throughout the levels, and temporary upgrades that can be used to enhance your arsenal after each boss encounter. However, these temporary upgrades go away every time you die, so be careful how you choose them, otherwise you don't get a second chance. How you choose to spend your resources will dictate your playstyle, so there's motivation for creating multiple save files to experiment with different strategies. Want to feel like you're playing Ninja Gaiden and never stop moving? Pick up the Twin Blades and Gauntlets. Want to feel large and in charge as if you overstayed your welcome at your favorite Korean barbecue spot? Find yourself a spiky club and see how high you can get your batting average. Regardless of whatever you feel like, there's going to be something for everyone here. This might just be personal preference, but I absolutely love the art style Konami went for with this game. It's reminiscent of traditional Japanese artwork, and I was very pleased with the different vibes each level gave off with their unique designs. No two levels felt the same to me, and the enemies you'll encounter throughout each run really feel like they belong in their respective environments. The boss encounters are also unique, each with their own set of attack patterns and challenges, so you're always going to have to consider what you're going to need for each encounter. I also really appreciated the ability to choose how you're going to progress through each run, rather than feeling like you're just on a linear path. It was really a nice touch. And the amount of weapon options make me feel like there's plenty of opportunity for keeping the gameplay fresh each and every run. The only thing that I wasn't completely sold on was the story, but to be honest with you, are we really that worried about the story when we're getting beaten down and sent back to the lobby over and over and over again? Not really. But it would have been nice to have a bit more depth to the game beyond just the ominous tablets you find scattered throughout the levels. So, did Getsu Fuma live up to the expectations? Well, yes, I really think it did. Especially if you still can't get your hands on a PS5 to play Returnal. Roguelike fans are going to really love this game, and I would highly recommend taking a break from speedrunning Hades or Dead Cells to have a go at hack and slashing your way through this Japanese apocalypse scenario. If you enjoyed today's content, let me know by leaving a comment and hitting that like button down below. And you know, you want to be in the know, don't you? Don't you? Okay, cool. So hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you feel like roasting me, or potentially just want to hang out for some of our first impression playthroughs, click the link in the description, head over to my Twitch. I'll see you next time I'm live. That's it for me. As always, I'll see you guys next time.